I'm gonna be honest with you guys about something. I don't think that we as Catholics really understand what it means to give up things. Happy third day of Lent. So every time we talk about sacrifice and like giving things up, it always becomes almost like a, oh, well, I gave up this, look how powerful it is. And like, that's really not what we're meant to do at all. Now, you might be thinking, Connor, look, I already know this. It's okay, I'm gonna say more stuff that I guarantee you haven't thought of before. Primarily, I wanna say something that nobody really talks about. We don't do fasting right, and we don't do giving things up right. Giving something up for Lent and giving something up in general is meant to be about making a sacrifice, but oftentimes then we glorify this sacrifice to some degree. We start to say, wow, I'm making a sacrifice. We're romanticizing the pain that we are in because of the suffering we are enduring upon ourselves. And we shouldn't be romanticizing pain, because when we have actual pain, it becomes just like an awful, awful thing, because we start saying, you know what, I'll just offer this up. Look, you can offer things up as much as you want, but to some degree, you need to start saying, no, this is not something I should offer up. There are certain things that you should never offer up. You need to be offering things up that are less about, oh, I'm offering it up, and more about, I'm offering this up because. You need to have insight as to why you're offering up. Not just because I'm offering this up for the poor souls in purgatory. Great thing to offer something up for, but again, why are you offering it up? What is the purpose behind it? You shouldn't just say, I'm gonna offer this up for the poor souls in purgatory. For example, say, I'm gonna offer this up for the poor souls in purgatory. That is a great thing to do. I love when people do that. But to some degree, there are things that you should not be offering up. And people will go to the extremes because they say, you know what? I'm gonna offer this up because it's a challenge, not because I want to better myself as a Catholic or as a person or make redemption for sin. No, we're always challenging ourselves and romanticizing the idea of suffering and pain. And there is a romance behind it, but to some degree, like, we make it like way overblown than it is. Look, I know that Christ came and that because of that, sin and death is gone. Great thing. However, with that, you need to remember that he died for us, and yes, we should unite ourselves with him through suffering, but we shouldn't be romanticizing pain. See, pain is not meant to exist in the world. Originally, pain did not exist. Pain came into the world because of Adam and Eve. And we shouldn't be scared of pain. We should endure the pain, but we shouldn't embrace it and almost start to love the sacrifice because of the pain. That is what I see a lot of my peers doing, is they'll start to say, you know what, I like sacrificing because I like to feel the hunger in my stomach. No! You aren't supposed to like the feeling. If you start to like the feeling, sacrifice something else up. I had a friend who said, I'm not going to eat it all during Lent. Eventually he was like, yeah, it hurts, but you know, I'm offering up. But eventually, yeah, you get used to it. You shouldn't get used to a suffering. You should keep suffering about it. And look, we're only like 3 days into Lent, so this is the time where you can still make your Lenten sacrifice. I want you to take something that is actually going to hurt. I want you to find something that's going to suck that you're gonna give up, okay? And I want it to hurt a ton, and I don't want it to stop hurting. I want it to keep hurting the entire Lent. All 40 days, this thing needs to actually be painful. This seems really pathetic now that I think about it, but like, I give up video games for 40 days. That was huge for me because that's what I used to unwind. And it was really, really painful that entire 40 days. If you start getting used to your Lenten sacrifice, add another sacrifice on. But right now is the time where you need to make sure that the sacrifice you choose is solid. So I'm gonna challenge you right now, third day of Lent, you need to find out what is the sacrifice that you can do that is gonna hurt like heck. Because sacrifice is not meant to help. I mean, Christ was sacrificing, you think it didn't hurt him? It hurt a lot. He didn't get used to the pain on the cross. We need to find sacrifices that are all about the suffering. We need to find sacrifices that keep us suffering, that keep making us hurt through all 40 days of Lent. That is the kind of sacrifice that's going to be solid. Don't start romanticizing the pain. Don't start saying, you know what, this pain, not too bad. It's fine, I'll get used to it. No, find yourself a pain and a suffering that is meant to hurt. Because Lent is not a time for falling into a habit of, you know what, I'm just not gonna eat it all on Fridays. You're gonna get used to that. Your body's getting used to it. Start upping the ante. Not because, oh, it's a challenge, but start upping the ante because that is the way in which you are going to understand what it means to be in union with Christ crucified. And that is what Lenten sacrifice is about. That's what we are starting to forget. Us as Catholics, we are, especially in America, we're starting to say, you know what, I'm gonna give something up, I'm gonna get used to it, I'm gonna keep going. No, we need to start saying, this hurts, I hate it, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because I wanna be united with Christ crucified on the cross for the forgiveness of sins. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what topics you want me to talk about for Vlent. Remember, I'm recording for 40 days of Vlent. I got a new episode every day. I record it every day. I put it out every day. It's great. So let me know what you think. And remember, as it was in the beginning, is now, and never shall be, right with the Vlent.